Alright, probably going to be a quick stream tonight 'cause it's getting kind of late here, and if you can't tell, I've got a little bit of a cold going on. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go to the Institute. We're going to talk to Sturgis. We've built all the stuff that looks to be required for the Institute, so we're going to go there and see what the hell's going on. As you can see, I finally got people to attend to most of these places. Do I not have anybody at the clinic yet? Yeah, I got people at the clinic and the restaurant. They're just not working right now. Alright, so that's supposed to raise my happiness. My happiness actually fell a lot when I took those things out. Yeah, it's down in the 50s. It was at like 80, 81. We'll see how that works. But anyway, that's not what we're worried about right now. We're going to talk to Sturgis and... Yes, let's do it.
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens.
Alright.
I'm ready when you are.
Let's do it.
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam.
This would be interesting to see if my companion
this was a golden opportunity to
teleports with me or if I just go by myself.
The Institute, what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds.
Alright.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. Don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Hold on to your butts. Yeah, I'm going to the Institute, dude. Did a lot of main questing last night. Completed the molecular oh, so close to a new level. Oh, I got an achievement, I think, for completing that quest. Alright. That was the thing I was supposed to add, wasn't it? Yep. Do 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 do. I inserted it.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful.
Pretty nice looking place.
I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance.
Well, how fucking lovely for
I know
you.
why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
I'd like to discuss things fist to face.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Your agents murdered my wife and kidnapped my son. I think I have the right impression. I won't deny that this is impressive, but you're all still gonna die.
This place, these
Maybe not all of you, but you at least.
For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground.
Uh-huh.
Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now...
And exactly how am I supposed to misinterpret Kellogg killing my
there's too
wife and
much at
kidnapping
stake
my son?
here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
I'm here for my son, and I'm here to introduce you to my fist. Oh, and by the way, my fist is also covered with rebar. Uh-oh. There we go. Did I not save? I did save, okay. Is that my son? It is.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god.
Hey,
It's
where's
you.
my left arm?
Sean,
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Yes,
What's going on?
it's me.
Father?
Your dad.
Father!
I'm here, Sean. Shh, shh, shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away.
Oh yeah, this guy's really gonna die now.
There's someone here. Help me.
Please, Sean. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me. He's trying to take me. Father? Father.
Alright, did I not equip some armor back? Yeah? Left arm, right arm. Oh, I'm wearing a different arm. That's why, so it looks different. I just probably can't see it. Okay. Oh, I kind of just want to punch this guy now.
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
Oh, you can just put him to sleep like that. You know, I could have used you at my house, like,
child's
for the last
response
hour and a
isn't
half.
at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional.
Punch him, yeah.
Your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I want answers, asshole. Now.
Under the circumstances, I will forgive your vulgarity. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you.
That's pretty simple to me. You kidnapped my son and murdered my wife.
And suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am.
Right.
son.
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun. You'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10?
Yes, because Kellogg was
6
there,
years?
and he's not 6 years older than he was when I saw him kidnap
Here
my
I
son.
am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths? Really?
human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me.
Yeah, I don't believe this guy.
I don't believe you. There's no way any of this is true.
I wish there was something to say. I know this isn't what you wanted. But it's the only truth I can offer you.
You're lying. I know it.
Why would I lie? What would I have to gain from it?
You still need my son for something, and so you're
This
keeping him
is
from
the
me.
truth. I've shown you my trust. Your weapons haven't been confiscated, and I stand unarmed before you. Please, let's just talk.
We have nothing to talk about.
I had certainly hoped we could work together. But every man must make his own decisions. If you choose to leave, I cannot force you to stay. Understand, though, that I cannot allow you to remain within the Institute. You may have safe passage back to the relay, where you will be sent back to the surface. But from that point, you must be considered hostile. I am sorry. I must think first of the safety of the Institute. And in the cruel world that has developed, those who are not with us are against us. The elevator will return you to the relay.
Okay, so I'm totally gonna reload a save, but I'm totally gonna kill this guy first, just because it feels right. Oops. Sorry. You have any good loot on you? No, not really. Felt good. Felt very good, I'm not gonna lie.
Sean. S923, recall...
Oh, I gotta go through this entire conversation again, lame. I'm gonna skip a lot of it.
Fascinating, but disappointing. He's a prototype. Please, let's start...
Blah blah blah.
Give me Sean.
I know.
Blah blah blah.
I'll make this very...
He's here, but I need you to... You have traveled.
Really?
It's
Blah
good to
blah
think
blah.
I am.
bullshit.
Is it?
What?
In the vault. But then you learn. Is it really so? What? And here. To you, that would... At that time, scientific... So they followed the best example.
Oh, yeah.
So the weird...
In a manner of speaking. The Institute, plenty of that, even in their...
Oh?
But then the... I was exact... I am the...
Sean.
It really... I know...
I
you
don't
ask
believe him,
questions.
just for the record, but I don't want to get,
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose?
81.
At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral.
The timing just doesn't work out. Unless they're going to say
The Institute
somehow
took
that
advantage of
Kellogg
Kellogg's
was...
vicious nature.
They slowly aged him or they fast aged Sean. Like, the timing just doesn't make sense. There it is, okay.
His usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope.
And human-looking robots helps humanity how?
But director?
Why you? I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously. I've lived my life within these walls. Dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been
I want to get in good with the Institute so I can learn all their secrets before I kill them.
Impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after
'Cause I'm not convinced this guy is really Sean. At least they explained the Kellogg thing, but I'm not buying it.
Biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself. A chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in advanced systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Can I steal things from here? I can steal things from here. Nice. If he does end up really being Sean, I'm gonna say that's just lazy scripting. It just doesn't seem to fit. Like the whole, I mean, yeah, they explain Kellogg being, you know, artificially or unnaturally. How the hell do I get down there, for one thing? Like, they use technology to prolong his life. But that, I mean, if that were the case, then why is Sean old? Why didn't they do stuff to make him, you know, be 60 years old but not look it? You know what I mean? Not mine. I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to get down there. Can I go this way? No.
Useless.
Useless. What does this button do? Nothing. Honestly, do I need to take the... Yeah, I've put the term... I put it in. I don't know what its problem is. Ever hear anything? Tool chest. Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point. I don't know. It just, I mean, if it turns out that that's the case, then it just really seems like a stretch to me. Like that's what they're going for. It just really seems like a stretch.
Good to see you.
Almost done. Just needed to
Doc.
tighten up this
They weren't
primary
kidding.
drive servo.
You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe him. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and build increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it. That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past the 100 years.
Huh.
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well... I suppose you're right.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
There might be. Tell you what, you get settled in, and check back with me later. I'll see what I can find out.
Director Holdren seems very taken with you.
Hi, Doc.
Yes, yes, I'm sure that whatever you have to say is very interesting, but now simply isn't it?
Working on something important?
All of my work is important.
Oh, of course it
Now,
is.
if you're quite finished, I'd very much like to get back to these mental equations. They're difficult enough without the distractions.
Equations for what?
Honestly, you wouldn't understand them. Now, I'm afraid I must end this little chat, although it's been so very diverting.
Well, what a dick. When I come back to kill everyone here, you should get in line, sir. You're gonna be first. Well, Father will probably be first. You could be second. Unless it turns out I'm totally wrong, and that is actually my son, in which case, I'll try not to kill him.
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued? That is correct. That was my favorite one.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. Excuse me, Doctor?
Yay! Freezing.
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, yes. I do. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours.
Why?
I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you.
Oh.
Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Handy.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
When I
Given
come
that
back
the
to
relay
kill
is
you
the
all.
only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement.
Man, you're all
In case its
dicks.
significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer
I
to
can tell.
focus on my work.
Alright, one more stop on this little tour of Nutsville.
No visible reaction.
You know that welcome to the Institute. Authorized personnel only.
Reporting status.
Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together?
We're all looking forward to working with you.
Yeah, shut up.
Maybe I should take some courses.
You're here. Glad you made it.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results. Will this time as well. You'll see. If the robotics division was a little more careful, we wouldn't have synths trying to escape.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
Hey, Doc.
So, here you are.
Yep, here I am.
Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
Oh, you have
I'm
no
sure you
idea.
understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions. It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the synth retention. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping, that matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless.
So am I.
You know all this, since you've encountered one already.
Killed him dead.
I'd very much like to know how you defeat
Punched him in the face a whole bunch.
Why does it matter?
If there is some defect in Courser combat programming, then it must be identified and corrected. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
If you're the acting head of the ESRB, who are you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Alright.
Nothing to report, sir.
I can't express how truly humbling it is to stand in your presence.
Oh, weird. The holotape is back in my possession randomly. That's kind of weird. Maybe I have to use it first and then I can put it in. Oh, that's right. Level up. Woo! Check it out, Mac. Solar powered! +2 strength, +2 endurance, 26 and 6. Because I'm kind of running out of things to buy now. So, half a day full of extra strength. I mean, it'll be handy to have. Alright. I know what I was supposed to do. Alright. I can now fast travel to and from the Institute. I wonder where... Oh, they show... Oh, no, the CIT routes. That makes sense. Alright, well, I'm gonna fast travel out of here. I'm gonna go to Sanctuary, and then I'm gonna go to bed. It's not allergies, I have a cold. I don't have any zinc. Can I just eat nickels? Are there zinc in nickels? I get allergies in the spring with the pollen. I don't usually have allergies other than that. Whee! I'm back, and better than ever, bitches. Alright, so probably pick this up again tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.